Okay, so there's a few people that want to know how to do training frequency. Really good. So, okay, I guess this one is for you, Marcus. So say with chest, we use that as an example. There's many ways to do it, so this is just one way. It's good to be considerate of definitely how you are feeling. If you're doing chest, you've got to be mindful of how hard you have trained maybe a day or two before, your shoulders and your back. So essentially this is what people need to consider, that the body is literally separated like left and right, through the middle, split forwards and backwards, and then different segments on the way up. So if we're talking about side on, for example, the chest fly machine, when we're doing this, it's not about weight. You see a lot of people, they'll do it and lean forward, so you're using shoulders, rear delts to help push the movement forward. If you want to get better results, less strain on tendons, ligaments and the joints, because when they're tight and pulled, the muscle gets sorer for a lot longer when it actually isn't, so it gets pulled. So this is why it's so important not to lift like a power lifter, which I see everyone doing, and they want to get big and train more often, that muscle group not feel as sore. So if you can take that for example, so the idea, so we'll use the fly machine for one. So suck in the core, you seated down. Shoulders, depending on how you want to do it, I would either say neutral or shoulders protracted back. And this way, and with the core sucked in, focusing on keeping that in the whole time, you're then very restricted with the way you do a movement. Now if I'm to elongate my spine a bit, which a lot of people do, and then arch their back when they're in the chair, you become a lot more freer to move. However, when that comes into effect, then the shoulder and other supporting rhomboids start to come into effect to help do the movement, because you are more elongated, you're more free. So tighten the abs, lock down, and you're literally just stuck here like that. If you do that, stand and lock your abs down, put your arms out there and move by keeping your abs there, you'll feel a lot more restricted in the movement, and that means you are isolating a muscle group a lot better, which is the whole idea, depending on what you're trying to achieve. Okay, so with say a 3-day schedule with frequency, okay, so if you want to start with, so you did chest and you did bar presses. Today you did, I think it was dumbbell with flies, and then the next day I would be doing more your, because you'll be so hammered, we'll do a couple of presses, incline. You've got to keep in mindful though, because everyone's different, your front shoulders will probably get quite tight with a lot of presses. So that's why with those fly presses today, it was here, not here. So when you do here, you activate front shoulder a lot more, neutral, more your humerus, so bicep comes into effect, and tricep a lot better as a supporting muscle. So probably if it was me, I would go by feel. Look, your front shoulder might be too tight, so even just sticking it to cables or the seated chest machine. So I'm not trying to push forward like this, none of this moving forward and stuff. So just shoulders either neutral or back. I always try to think back, because that way when I come forward, at least I know if I'm back when I'm starting here. When I come forward, I probably will be in neutral. If I start neutral, I might go like that. Don't worry about the weight. Just go for the reps. So I pretty much wrote down on there for you what to do. So 40-second rest usually, or 30 or 20-second rest, because you're so hammered, you want to get in, smash it, get it done. And I believe by having less rest, you recruit more fibers, you're going to create more strength, more density, and you're overtraining essentially, so the muscles are getting so destroyed. But it will feel, you'll probably need definitely a good, depending if you swim, stretch, massage, 5 days off, even more, depending as well then on your amino acids, how many you're getting in, and protein. But yes, try that, cables, and I would say the machine, and see how you go. Challenge yourself. If you feel like doing a few more, great. But the idea is not to, Remember as well, the idea is not to push and swing into a movement, is to isolate, especially with flies, and really feel the squeeze. And focus on just the chest, not using the humerus, so the bicep and all that, and bend to do this. Because once you start to bend too much with your arms, these guys actually start to come in more and do more of a cross reaction process coming over the shoulder, over the chest, which is not a good idea. Sorry it's a long video, I'm just trying to get enough there. But try that, and I'll do lots of other videos with different muscle groups and different ways to do it. So 40, 30, 20-second rest, rep range on the third day, 8 to, I'd say, I'd say probably more 10 to 15. And just focus on form. 10 sets should be enough. Warm up, lots of high reps to warm up. And then wait about 3 minutes and then get into it. Sometimes when even I do it, when it comes to the second and third day, I actually don't worry about a warm-up. I use my warm-up as that, and I just keep going and pushing through it. But it's not heavy, so it's not creating a lot of stress and strain. You'll still feel probably a bit tight in the muscle, but being light, you're not going to do the damage. So, good luck. Yeah, anything more, just let me know, and I'll do more videos like this. It's a lot easier to do this rather than type. That's if you can remember it all and just go over a few key points. Cheers.